looking at the broader UK picture, again, you're seeing this losses in the FTSE 100 and the FTSE 250, but there are one or two individual players which are attracting interest for their own reasons. For example, BP, just to put those shares in their context, they've actually hit their highest level in more than a year. And that's after the company announced it had reached a massive settlement with victims of that Gulf of Mexico oil spill. And the company's share price earlier struck a high of 512 pence. Again, to put that in context, that's the highest level since January 2011. Now, this week marks the 3-year anniversary of the Bank of England slashing interest rates to the historic low of 0.5% to stimulate growth. Meanwhile, Britain's biggest mortgage lender says it is raising the rate of its standard variable mortgage from May. Can there actually be some form of consensus? Because remember, if you actually trace the Eurozone line, there was no real sense of agreement on that. But big issues to discuss further on down the line. More updates later. Back to you. Now, perhaps is as good a time to review some of the essential questions on the relationship between science, culture and society. And it's fitting that I can discuss that with our award winners. I'd like to start first by talking to Professors Michel Meilleur and Didier Queloz. Now, you were honoured for your work in the field of astrophysics. There are those who would say, yes, it is fascinating, but it is scientific vanity. It bears no relevance to public life today. What's your response to that?
I have some difficulty to understand if man's curiosity is vanity. I believe it's something absolutely essential and already more than...
But to put it bluntly, there are some who would say this is stargazing. It's very nice to exercise that curiosity, but the essential question is funding. Why should public money be used to fund it when there are people who are dying in this world? Sirio has to work with them, for example. He has to save lives.
Yes, difficult to answer. The problem, I would say...
You are a specialist in biomedicine. Do you fear that perhaps, given the current economic backdrop, this is where the debate could go, that it really is down to whose branch of science is more relevant than others? You've worked in the field of cell disintegration, proteins, etc. Some would say that is more relevant because potentially we could find cures to cancer or other diseases which have plagued us over the centuries.
Well, a short answer is that one of the beauties of science is that it's utterly unpredictable.
In your opinion, do these reforms go far enough in reassuring the public that it is safe from violent offenders?
No, they don't. I mean, they are...
But there is the danger, of course, that you would be open to accusations of scaremongering. Yes, these murders have taken place, but the point about it surely is that the actual rate of recidivism, and I'm quoting here from some of the prison groups themselves, is relatively low. So we have to get this into some sort of context.
No, the rate, I'm sorry, it's not right. The rate of recidivism...
The world has changed, though, since you embarked on that adventure as a student. Given these changes, could somebody who had a similar passion, an 18 or 19-year-old, follow the same route? Because surely it would be more dangerous.
I think they could. I mean, you know, we have a slightly warped view.
But you steeped yourself in the Arab culture. You have still retained your love for the region in spite of the injuries that you suffered. At any point when you were living in these countries, did you ever feel that perhaps you wanted to take it back one step further and convert to Islam?
I thought about it. I admired and I still...